Lesson 10, the quadratic formula. So, with the quadratic formula, you must watch the YouTube video that I put on the website where they sing Get Low with the quadratic formula. I'm not even kidding. You will remember it for the rest of your life. That's even how I remember it. So the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus the square root of a b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You'll never forget it. I'm not kidding. Watch it. It's golden. Okay, so what the quadratic formula is it's when you cannot factor and there's going to be decimals, you can use the quadratic formula and it will give you the exact answer with this formula. You can also use it when you can factor. You can always use it. You just need to know the quadratic equation in standard form. So for example 1, we have 6x squared minus 3x equals 7x. So we need to put it in standard form. So we're going to minus 7x from both sides. So we have 6x squared minus 7x minus 3 equals 0. And the reason why I paused is because this is actually just a 3. Okay, so we're going to label our A, B, and our C. So our A is 6, our B is negative 7, and our C is negative 3. Now we're going to plug it into the quadratic formula. So negative b plus or minus the square root of a b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So x equals negative 7 plus or minus the square root of negative 7 squared minus 4 times 6 times negative 3 all over 2 times 6. Now we're going to simplify, so you need to simplify inside the brackets. And we have a negative and a negative, so this becomes positive 7 plus or minus the square root of 121 over 12. So now we're going to split it into 2. So we can either have x equals 7 plus root 121 over 12, or x equals 7 minus root 121 over 12. And the square root of 121 is, in fact, 11. So we have 7 plus 11 over 12, which is 18 over 2, which you simplify it, to 3 over 2. And the second one, we have 7 minus 11 over 12 is equal to negative 4 over 12, which is equal to negative 1 over 3. So x is equal to negative 1 over 3 or 3 over 12. And by 12, I mean 2. Man, I'm having troubles. So there are your solutions. Very easy. Make sure you type this all into your calculator and you can get that answer. If you do not, you need to show me, and I can show you how to use your calculator properly. Okay, for example 2, we have 2x squared plus 8x minus 5. So a equals 2, b equals 8, c equals negative 5. Put it into your quadratic equation. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Every time you write it out, it helps you remember it in the end. So x equals negative 8 plus or minus the square root of 8 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 5, all over 2 times 2. So to simplify the inside of our radical, and you get 104 all over 4. Now 104 is not a perfect square, and if you were wondering why I taught the radical lesson last one, it's because of this. We need to simplify 104. So if you look in your square numbers, 4 works, so 4 times 26. So the root of 4 times the root of 26 is 2 root 26. So we can rewrite this as negative 8 plus or minus 2 root 26 all over 4. Now we look for common factors. So because all of these numbers are divisible by 2, we can take out a 2. So this turns into negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 26 over 2. So your final solution would be x equals negative 4 plus root 26 over 2, or x equals negative 4 minus root 26 over 2. And all you do is you leave it as a radical. That's why you need to know how to simplify them. And that would be an exact answer, an exact solution, because you would have no rounding with the root of 26. A store rents an average of 750 video games each month at a current rate of $4.50. The owners want to raise the rental to increase the revenue to $7,000 per month. However, for every $1 increase, they know they will rent 30 fewer games each month. The following relates the price increase, P, to the revenue, R. The owners increase the rental rate, and can the owners increase the rental rate to generate a revenue of $7,000 per month? So you have 4.5 plus P, 750 minus 30P, and we want the revenue to be equal to 7,000. So we need to put this into standard form. So we're going to multiply out our brackets. So 4.5 times 750 is 3,375. 4.5 times negative 30p is negative 135p. P times 750 is plus 750p. And p times negative 30p is minus 30p squared, and we're going to subtract 7,000. Simplify this, and you should get negative 30p squared plus 615p minus 3,625. Now we're going to simplify because it makes it easier when we use the quadratic formula. So we're going to divide everything by negative 5, so both sides. Now because we divide both sides by negative 5, we can get rid of that negative 5 altogether. So we have 6p squared minus 123p plus 725 is equal to 0. So here's our new equation, and I'm just going to erase this so we can use the quadratic formula now. So we know A is equal to 6, B is equal to negative 123, and C is equal to 725. So we have x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so we have negative 123 plus or minus the square root of negative 123 squared minus 4 times 6 times 725 all over 2 times 6. Simplify inside your radical. This, a negative and a negative makes a positive, and you get negative 2,271 over 12. Now because you cannot ever have a negative under the radical sign and get a real solution, there will be no way that the store can increase their revenue to $7,000 per month. So there is no solution. No real solution. There might be an imaginary solution, but you will never get that joke. Okay, example 4. You are laying a path around a rectangular play area. You have enough material to cover 145 meters squared. Determine the width of the play area that will result in an area of 145 meters squared. So first, let's look at the total play area with the border. So we don't know how big the border is. So we have 24 plus 2 x's on each side. And on the other side, we have 18 plus 2x. So to find the area of the border, we would take the entire area, so the total area, minus that middle play area. So let's find the middle play area first. So we know that it has a dimension of 24 times 18, so 432. So the middle is 432 meters squared. Now to find the outside play area, let's call it A, it's going to be length times width. And we know that our length is 24 plus 2x, and our width is 18 plus 2x. So to find the area of the border, let's call it B of x. So b determined by the length of x. So b of x will be the area, the total area, so 24 plus 2x and 18 plus 2x, so times those together. Subtract the play area in the middle, so minus 432. So we're going to use this to find our solution. So we have to put it into standard form so we can use the quadratic equation. So 24 times 18 is 432. 24 times 2x is, sorry, that doesn't look like a 4, is 48. X, oh my gosh, 2 times 18 is 36x, and 2x times 2x is plus 4x squared, minus 432. So when we simplify this, we have b of x is equal to 4x squared plus 84x. Now we want to find material to cover the area of 145. So that means b of x is 145. So we're going to plug that in for b of x. So 145 is equal to 4x squared plus 84x. And we want to move it to the other side, so we're going to minus 145 from each side. So b of x is equal to 4x squared, or sorry, not b of x, this is now 0. 0 is equal to 4x squared plus 84x minus 145. So now we're going to use the quadratic formula, but I'm just going to erase everything. So we have 4x squared plus 84x minus 145. A is equal to 4, B is equal to 84, C is equal to 145 negative. So we're going to use the quadratic equation. So x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Plug it in. So negative 84 plus or minus the square root of 84 squared minus 4 times negative 145 all over 2 times 4. Simplify your, oops, radicand underneath the radical, so we have negative 84 plus or minus the square root of 9,376 all over 8. So we have two solutions. It could be either x equals negative 84 plus the square root of 9,376 over 8, or it could be x equals negative 84 minus the square root of 9,376 over 8. So this time we actually do want decimals because we're trying to find a solution. So if you type in the first one into your calculator, you should get x equals 1.603 dot dot dot. If you type in the second one, you should get negative 22.66 dot dot dot. So obviously you cannot have a border with a length of negative 22, so this is an inadmissible solution. So x would have to equal about 1.6, so the border should be about 1.6 meters wide to cover 145 meters squared.